What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we're a full speed boosting abilities Pokemon team. Now, I'm not only talking about the speed boost ability team, I'm talking about all Pokemon abilities that help boosting the speed. There's actually quite a few of them, and I made a team based around all of those ones. If you want to check me out on Twitch, make sure I do this where I do all my live theme teams. If you want to come battle me, Pokemon sweeps, shiny hunting, other games, and of course other Pokemon games as well. You can check that out in the description, and I hope to see you there. Let's get on to today's battles. We've got two of them, and the first battle, this one was against Blue. Now, I tried to come up with some interesting sets as usual, and I really think you will like them. Now, I've already done this series. I've done the attack boosting abilities, and I've done the special attack boosting abilities. So after this one, we've only got defense and special defense, which I'm going to merge into one video, and HP. That's it. Okay, so we got a Galvantula here. I've got a Jolteon with quick feet. We've got Facade, Wild Charge, double kick, because you've got to kick them twice, and I've got work up. So we've got max attack and max speed. Now, I gave this Adamant Nature so quick feet could make up for the loss. Usually I'd run Jolly Nature, but I wanted to maximize the attack. So the loss in speed was sort of going to be made up like quick feet. So I've got the Toxic Orb as the item there, so it obviously doesn't affect my other moves if I use like a Flame Orb. I mean, it'd be right for Facade, but not the other moves. So I'm using a double Facade there, and that is going to take out the Galvantula. So a nice start to the battle. Now, Jolteon's really fast, and you know, under Dynamax with a Wild Charge, it's pretty hard. So Mimikyu's going to come in here. My first thing is to get rid of that Disguise, because that is very, very annoying, and I'm just going to go for Wild Charge, and Mimikyu's Disguise is going to be gone. Now, what set is Mimikyu going to be running? It's going to be a Sword Dance, a Shadow Claw one. Wasn't really sure. Now, Mimikyu's going to go for the Drain Punch here, and Drain Punch doesn't like close to half my health there after the like a little bit of damage to Toxic, and it's going to basically restore back the damage that it took from losing its Disguise. So at this stage, I've got like, I can go for the Wild Charge here, and that's pretty much going to be it. Jolteon is most definitely going to go down. I thought they might pull the Shadow Sneak out, but they didn't. So I went for a Wild Charge, did a lot of damage. I was very happy about that, and now Mimikyu is going to go for a Drain Punch. Is it Drain Punching me with its tail thingy? It doesn't, yeah, I'm not sure. Is it its tail thing? It just looked really funny, like the little black hand tail thing was like kind of hitting me. Anyway, so Mimikyu's got the Life Orb as the item too, and the next Pokemon is Emolga. So this Emolga set has got Motor Drive. Now, Motor Drive will be quite hard to do on this team because there's quite a few electric types, but if you get hit by an electric type move, it'll boost your speed. So we got Electro Ball, Air Slash, Agility, and Energy Ball. So I went for Agility, and then I go for Electro Ball to boost the power of Electro Ball because it's all based around your speed. And I thought, why not run a like actual speed move to actually suit the Emolga? So I got max speed and max special attack. I've got on this one Modest Nature for a little bit more damage output there. So it's going to be going for a Shadow Claw on Emolga. Emolga takes that really badly, and it's going to go for Electro Ball here, but Mimikyu isn't that slow of a Pokemon, so it fails to take it out. So that was an absolute disaster. So going to Slowbro now. I know Slowbro is probably not going to like a Ghost type move too much, but I did notice it should be bulky enough to actually live the attack if it wasn't a crit. Yikes. And the Mimikyu is going to go down to the Life Orb damage. That's pretty much all I could do there. I wanted to conserve my Emolga just in case. Now, the next Pokemon we got here is the Linoone. Now, my Slowbro set, of course, is a quick draw set with Quick Claw. I've got max health and max attack running a physical one. So we've got Poison Jab, Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, and Drain Punch. So it worked fairly well. Had some good success with this. And now Retaliate is going to be coming from the Linoone, and Slowbro is not going to be retaliating. Unfortunately, I was going to actually go for a Drain Punch there to get some health back, but you know, that was the future plan, but it didn't really work out. So now we're going to go into Ninjask, and this Ninjask set is a weakness policy set. We got Final Gambit, Acrobatics, and we got Leech Life as well there too. So the idea with this one, right, is Ninjask doesn't get any fighting moves to actually boost its attack. So I was like, okay, why don't I give it Final Gambit and boost its attack in Dynamax, and then afterwards I may even get a weakness policy, and then afterwards I'll have quite a few attack boosts, and then speed boosts I'll already be really fast anyway. So I decided to go max health and max attack on this one, Adamant Nature. So firstly, going for the max knuckle. Remember, it's coming off its special attack, so it's not really doing any amazing damage at all there to Linoone. In fact, it's about a 3-hit KO. So Linoone is going to be going for a Throat Chop here on my Ninjask. It really does no damage whatsoever. So it's got Retaliate and Throat Chop. So maybe Retaliate is its only normal type move. So go for another max knuckle. I thought I might as well get as many in there as possible, right? And it's about a 3-hit KO which is going to be nice. Now, I've hit that twice. I've got one more turn of Dynamax, and then I'll be able to use Leech Life to get my health. However, the Linoon is going to be eating a berry, and it's going to be getting a very much big amount of health back. So the next final gambit, I mean, Nax Knuckle will not take it outright. So I've got another speed boost there. It didn't really matter about my speed. I was always going to basically outspeed every single other Pokemon that came onto the field anyway. So go for another Max Knuckle there. Linoon is going to be a 4-hit KO because of that berry, and I'm out of Dynamax the next turn. However, I did get +3 in attack, which was very good. So another throat drop from the Linoon here. Obviously, it only had Retaliate as its only normal type move there. So down goes my Ninjask into a little fly again, and I can just use Leech Life to get my health back here, right? And I've also got Acrobatics and Metal Claws the last move, so I decided to go for Metal Claw to try and get that 10% attack boost. And it didn't happen, but that's how it was, right? The reason I got that on there is for Rock-type Pokemon. Plus, I'll make myself bulky, too. If I know a super effective move's coming when I'm in Dynamax, right? I can go for that, live the attack, get the weakness policy boost up, and, you know, hopefully take out the opponent. So now we've got a Gastrodon coming out. I was like, okay, Gastrodon, this thing is going to be quite bulky. Now, the only good thing about this is if I actually manage to live the attack, I'll be doing a lot of healing back to myself with Leech Life. Remember, I've got +3 in attack and Animation, so that's pretty good. That's a good amount of boost there. So we got a, that's actually a shiny Gastrodon there. It doesn't really look too much different, really, does it? I'm not really a big fan of that shiny. So we got a Leech Life there, gets all my health back. That was absolutely wonderful. And now we got the Gastrodon go for Max Ooze here. So Max Ooze does half, or over half my health. So it's going to boost the special attack of the Gastrodon. So it's like, okay, if I do Leech Life again and get that amount of health back, it will not take me out with another Max Ooze, which is going to be very good. So go for Leech Life again on the Gastrodon, doing a lot of damage and, of course, healing myself up a lot there. I didn't quite get to full health, but I knew I'd have enough to live the next one. Instead of using the Max Ooze again, it went for the Max Hailstorm. I was like, oh, no. And Ninjask is going to be going down to that one in one shot with a crit. I don't think the crit actually mattered there, to be honest. It had +1 in attack, but, you know, and Ninjask isn't a very fast Pokemon anyway, so I'm going to say that crit did matter. But Ninjask did some very, very good damage there. 2 Leech Life almost took it out. So now we've got some Hail flowing on the field too. I've got a Mulga, and this has Energy Volt, so Gastrodon is most certainly going to go down to that one, so that's good. So I did save the Emolga from early on in the battle, and I was glad that I did, because it came in handy then just finishing off Gastrodon in Dynamax. So we've got 2 more Pokemon left to deal with. I'm taking a little bit more Hail damage here, and the next Pokemon is Serena. So it's like, okay, Serena, I can use Air Slash against that. That'll be handy. It's actually quite hard to get, also with the Motor Drive Pokemon, it's hard to get them to activate unless you've got something to bait it out. So unless you've got like a Water-type Pokemon to bait it out. But, I was sort of hoping with Ninjask I might be able to bait it out. But in the battles that I did, I didn't, well, the ones in this sort of series here, I wasn't able to get a Motor Drive. Like, I just couldn't get that. I mean, if I had like a bunch of, you know, if I had like 5 Mantines, then sure, or like some Water-type Pokemon, something like that to bait out electric move, that'd be sure thing. Or it depends on what the opponent brings too. So now their last Pokemon is a green Espeon. It's going to go for a Psyshock, and a Mulga is going to be not flying. Well, it's not. It actually doesn't fly. It sort of glides. So it's like a sugar glider. It's like that. It's like the oh, what's his name? Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? The little monkey. Momo, that's it. It's like Momo. So, we got the Lola Sanchez. This is the special set. I'm going to go for a Steel Beam here, running the Max Speed and Max Attack. Max Special Attack and Max Speed, goddamn. And I've got Slush Rust as the ability to double my speed in the Hail. At this stage, I went for the Steel Beam just to get some damage up there on Espeon in case something bad happened. Obviously, because of sticky webs and that sort of thing, I didn't want to do that. And, yeah, I got some good damage then. So my last Pokemon is Slurpuff. Slurpuff is a great Pokemon with Unburden. And no, I'm not going to be running a Belly Drum set. That's way too overpowered. However, I've got a fun set that I like to run this on the special side, which is actually quite good. So I'm going to be going for a Substitute. A Psyshock hits me very, very hard there. And I'm going to have enough to eat my Potato Berry and activate Unburden at the same time. And on top of that, have a Substitute. Now, in usual case here, if there wasn't a sticky web up on the field, I would have outsped the Espeon easy peasy, right? However, it did drop my speed a bit, so, you know, Unburden obviously double your speed, but then you got to take away the sticky web, right? So, I can go for a Dazzling Gleam here to finish off the Espeon and take it out. So, that was very, very good there, and that was the last Pokemon, so a very, very tight battle there at the end. Thank you for the battle, Blue, there, but, yeah, that Unburden Potato Berry set was very nice. You also run, like, I think I did, like, a Calm Mindset as well, but The belly drum one is the best one. If you want just an instant sort of like competitively wise, if you want an instant like belly drum sweeper, that's definitely the better set. Like you just, it's so easy to run. Like you just run a berry on it, citrus berry, your belly drum, activate your berry, activate unburden, and it heals all your health off, and then you just spam play rough and drain punch for coverage, right? Okay, now the next battle we had, this one was against, I think it was against Ray, and we got a Corviknight here. So Corviknight is a very, very good counter to my Ninjash, as you can see. Like, this is the worst matchup ever in the world, right? So going into Jolteon, I thought, okay, I'll swap Jolteon in, I'll get my quick feed up, and should be good to go, right? Now, instead of attacking, it went for a Tailwind. So, like, okay, that's not as good as I wanted to be, because that means, that means that there's some other Pokemon might be able to outspeed me too, which is going to be bad. So I was like, okay, I might be able to get a workup. What's it going to do? Iron Head or Brave Bird? So it's going to be swapping out, and Ditto is going to come. So Ditto is actually going to be copying my physical Jolteon set. So I'd love to see the look on their face when they see this set. Anyway, so we got a workup here, which is going to boost my attack, and Ditto already copied my stats already. So this is going to be my stat. Unfortunately, I wasn't sure if I could steal one shot. And I've got Facade here as my most powerful move, so I thought I could go Facade. Is it going to take it out? Probably not, but it's going to do a lot of damage, right? So go Facade there. Ditto's going to go for a workup, so now we've got the same amount of stats, right? So, like, okay, that's good, but it's bad at the same time. If it does outspeed me, that's bad, because it's going to have the exact same boost. So go for that Facade. Almost takes a Ditto. It was very, very close. I don't know if I got min damage there. If someone wants to do the calc so that they can. But I actually thought I'd get very close to taking it out. I wasn't really sure if I would do. So swapping out here, I thought, okay, let's go into Sand Slash. I'll take the Facade from that, and then I could go for a Hail, right? And they're going to go for Double Kick instead, and Double Kick is super effective against my Sand Slash. Oh, poor Sand Slash. He didn't get much of a chance in, these battles at all, right? Normally, I was running as a Slush Rush set. I had Blizzard as well, 100% actually in the Hail. And then I had Focus Mist with 0% actually in any weather condition. So losing my Alola Sandslash really sucked there. Nothing I could do. I was versing a very fast Pokemon too. So we're going to go back into my own Jolteon. I was like, okay, right, time to win the speed tie, boys and girls. So I've got any of those moves except Wild Charge, of course. We'll take this out. So I've got the Double Kick. Let's go for Double Kick, and I take the Ditto out of Double Kick. It felt, you know what? It felt really good taking a Pokemon out of Double Kick, you know? It's just one of those really good things in life. So I'm going to take some damage there from the Toxorb. I also reset the Toxorb, which was kind of good too. So the next Pokemon is Dragapult. So I was like, oh, wow, Dragapult. I'm getting walled again right now because, right, I've got Wild Charge. Double Kick's going to do, like, Double Kick, you're basically just going to be flying through Dragapult and hitting the wall on the other side. So I've got to swap it out, right? But I can use it for a little bit later on. So now we're going to go into Slowbro. I thought, okay, a Quick Draw Ice Punch would be fire here. And it's going to go for Confused Ray. So I'm going to get Confused. Like, okay, what sort of scummy set is this going to be? If I hit myself with Confusion too, it will do some pretty good damage because I am running a Adamant Nature 1 run. So I've got Ice Punch, Zen Headbutt, and Poison Jab. Let's go for Ice Punch. That should be a 2UK. I get the Quick Claw, like, straight away, which is absolutely beautiful. But then they've got Sucker Punch. I'm like, oh, my good luck turned into bad luck there. So I get hit by the Sucker Punch. It does over half my health. And I was like, okay, please do not get hit in Confusion. Please do something. So Slowbro is going to get that Ice Punch off. Does a lot of damage. It's a clear 2-hit KO. I was happy with that. Very happy. Now, I know the inevitable Sucker Punch is coming away, so I thought, okay, what I'm going to do is I'll swap out Slowbro and then go into Ninjash, right? And then Ninjash might be able to take this thing out, right? Depending on what other moves it's got. So it's going to fail, and it's going to obviously set me up to do some damage to this thing. Now, once again, I could go for a Dynamax here. I could go for Metal Claw, or I could go for Dynamax Metal Claw and give myself a +1 in defense. That could definitely work. Or I could go for a Max Airstream. I opted in the end to go for the Max Airstream to boost my speed. Not that it was going to be a real problem with speed boost, bro. But to take this Dragapult out too, and that would enable me to be in Dynamax, and possibly some of the Pokemon would come in there and hit me with a super effective move. That was the idea. A lot of the time, I needed to throw the bait out there with this Ninjash, right? I like how Ninjash is sort of just leaning, like really leaning right over. There's actually quite a few Pokemon that do that when they're in Dynamax. So, of course, I'm going to get outsped by Dragapult. Once again, I'm not running any speed EVs. That's why that happened. And now Ninjash is going to go for the Airstream, and that is going to be more than enough to take out Dragapult. So that's good, getting rid of that Pokemon. And on top of that, I'm going to get a +1 in speed, and then Speed Boost is going to kick in and give me another Speed Boost too, which is going to be very handy Now, the thing I'm lacking at the moment is offense. I probably need to boost my attack a little bit, but it sort of depends on what Pokemon's going to come in. And then it was Celebi. I'm like, oh, a Celebi, but I've got Leech Life. That's super effective. Have they got... This got to be like weakness policy. I don't know what they're going to do because this will do a lot of damage. Or is it Sash? Like, you know, what's this set even going to be? Even if it's got like Choice Scarf, it won't outspeed me. Like, I don't know. I really don't know what they're thinking right now. So I went for Max Flutterby. Maybe it was like a Dynamax bait, so I just went for it anyway. And then they Dynamax like their Celebi. I'm like, okay, all right. Does it have I don't know, like what item is this going to have? Is it going to have like a Berry Resist, or is it going to be Sash? I don't even know what's going on right now. Are they going to just try and take me out in one shot? I thought it'd be very hard for Celebi to one-shot me at max health and Dynamax, right? Even if it used like Psychic, that wasn't going to take me up. Anyway, so our Ninjas is going to be confused there. And I get through the confusion with the Max Flutterby. And poor Celebi is actually going to get wrecked in one shot. Like, I don't know what they're thinking there. The only thing I can think of, right, is they went for the Dynamax, right? They were going to try and set something up on me and hope that I hit myself in confusion. It was a gutsy play, but the only thing about it was their Pokemon could easily get one-shotted because it was 4 times weak, right? Like, there was no way they're living one attack there. So, unfortunately for them, I did get through the confusion. Now, the next Pokemon is Magnezone. I've got a Max Knuckle for Magnezone. I thought, you know what? If I hit this thing with a Max Knuckle, that'll give me some extra offense, right? To do some damage. So I went for the Max Knuckle. Let's do this. I snap out of Confusion. That was really good. I didn't take any damage to Confusion at all. That was really nice. So doing some really good damage there to Magnezone, even though it's coming off, Final Gambit there, right? So getting a +1 in speed there. Sorry, attack and speed. And now I get hit by the Thunderbolt. I managed to live a Thunderbolt, which is absolutely wonderful. And that's actually going to activate Weakness Policy and give me a +2 there. In attack, so that's really, really good. Now, the only thing about this is that's bad is the fact that on this set, a lot of the time I'd probably run Dig. I'm not joking around. I normally would run Dig, but on this one I've only got Metal Claw instead of Dig, so I don't have a way to hit this Magnezone for super effective. Like, all I've got is, Final Game obviously not going to do anything, so I've got Leech Life and Acrobatics. So, okay. My best option here would be to use Leech Life because I'd heal myself up. Acrobatic's going to be like, it's still going to be better to go for Leech Life. Of course, of all the resistance stuff as well. Like, Leech Life is definitely going to be the way to go. Metal Claw's going to do nothing. Normally, if I have Dig, I could go for Dig and bury myself underground, then take the Magnezone out. That would have taken it out easy, right? So go for the Leech Life and getting some health back there. But the problem was, it had to one-shot him. There's no way I'm going to be able to withstand a Magnezone's attack, right? And that was the Flash Cannon, and down goes Ninjas. But Ninjas did pretty well there. Pretty dang well. I kind of just wish I'd Dig in that situation, because, like, alright, let's think about that to say even had Dig, right? Corviknight could have came in. Like, Corviknight is Corviknight completely walls me, so that would have been the Pokemon that would have swapped in anyway. So, I don't see that really changing too much. So I've got my Jolteon here, right? Okay, well, I know that Double Kick's probably not going to take it out. Magnezone's got good defense, right? But really, what is Magnezone actually going to be able to do to me? Like, it definitely can't one-shot me. I know that. So Electric type move, Steel type move, even a normal type move. So I went for Metal Sound. So like, okay, Metal Sound, right? That's interesting. That's going to drop my special defense. So, all right, I'm going to take a fair bit of damage now, even though I resisted. I will take a fair bit. Now, in that time, Magnezone has got the leftovers as the item too, and I need to do some serious damage here. I can't wait too long either, because the Toxic is going to rack up in a lot of damage too. So I've got Double Kick. That's my best bet to take this thing out. And will it take it out? I wasn't even sure, because Double Kick is coming off. Yeah, it's a very weak attack. So go for Double Kick there, and it isn't quite enough damage to take out Magnezone, unfortunately. That sucks so much. I hit the Magnezone twice. Obviously, it's called Double Kick for a reason. And now we've got the Magnezone firing off a Flash Cannon. I take a lot of damage there from the Flash Cannon. I still resist it heavily, though, which is nice. And Jolteon has got good special defense. So that kind of worked out, in my favor really nicely there. So taking some more toxic damage. Inevitably, both of us are going to go just faint this turn. I can go for Facade. I can go for Double Kick. Just in case I try to swap, I went for Facade. So Magnezone is going to go down there, which is fine. I'm happy with that. However, Jolteon is going to go down to the toxic damage from the Toxic Orb that I gave it earlier on. Now, this Corviknight really worries me. That's the Pokemon that really, really worries me now that Jolteon's down, right? So going into Slowbro again, Slowbro had a little bit under half health, and here comes the Corviknight. So, okay, Corviknight, what am I going to do to that, right? What can I even do to this thing? The best real move I could go here, I could either go for Ice Punch to go for a Freeze Axe, or go for a Drain Punch to get some health back, right? I really don't think it's going to work out. So they're going to go for dual wing beat. It really doesn't do a lot of damage to me. Doesn't take me out. I went for the ice punch here to go for a freeze axe. I could have gone for a drain punch there. That really sucked. So it's going to have Rocky Helmet as the item. So it didn't really matter too much. Slowbro is going to go down. Damn. Now, my next Pokemon is Slurpuff. Now, Slurpuff, as you remember, did, it can bait out Steel types, but it does have the Flamethrower as the move to use. So I was like, okay, my only option here would be to keep subbing down as much as I can, get that Potato Berry boost, and try for a Flamethrower. That's my best option to go for. Now, I ran this one as max speed and max special attack, modest nature, right? So I'm going to get the most out of my special attack. Usually, it's quite funny. On the physical Slurpuff set, normally Steel types wall it too if you're not running Drain Punch. But then again, why wouldn't you run Drain Punch? But it draws out Steel type Pokemon regardless. So here, I'm just going to keep going for the Substitute. Now, Corviknight's going to go for the Tailwind, which is a pretty good play, because that's going to mean like they'll be able to outspeed me, right? With their last couple of Pokemon, if I am able to get around this Corviknight, right? If I don't, it's not going to matter. So now I can outspeed me. You can go for a dual wing beat. Dual wing beat is actually going to get around my Substitute because they got a crit on the first hit. I actually don't think they would have got around my Substitute if it wasn't, just judging on the damage that it actually did then. And regardless, I get another Substitute off. I don't have much health left, and I've got 7 health. So I've got 80 in my Potato Berry here, and now Unburn It is going to kick in. So I can go for a Flamethrower here on the Corviknight and just go for it, like as much damage as possible. I think this is more of a sweeping set in my opinion, but I could be wrong, but that was my sort of thoughts and feelings at this stage. So go for that Flamethrower on the Corviknight and it takes it out in one shot. That was really nice there. And I've still got my Substitute intact, which is beautiful too. So goodbye Corviknight. I'm glad I took that Pokemon outright. So the next Pokemon is the Urshifu. I was like, oh no, not Urshifu. This is bad. As you know, Urshifu's got a multi-hitting attack, and it's going to outspeed me, unfortunately, and it's going to be able to get around my Substitute as well. So the first Substitute is going to break, and it gets a crit there. Not that it really mattered or anything. Slurpuff is already on 7 health, and it's going to go down there. So I've got one more Pokemon left, and goodbye Slurpuff. Out of this team, Slurpuff was probably one of the most handier Pokemon, right? The Tailwind from the Pokemon earlier actually helped it out, but from the Corviknight, right? So we're going to bring in the Emolga. It's going to go for a Surgic Strikes again. This Pokemon's very good. Like, all I had left is Emolga. It did half health there with a crit, and the next one was a crit too, and the next one's a crit. So it's always a critting move. So you have to have something pretty bulky to lift those hits. Anyway, that was the second game. Urshifu is a good Pokemon. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this team, people. I'll be back tomorrow, possibly with definitely with a HP boosting ability team. Peace out.